from one of the UTAR graduate itself, being a proud UTARian. So I studied Bachelor in Social Science, Psychology of course, majored in Industrial Organizations, and I was there for at least about 3 years. And I did my internship back in KL and I came back to KL. So that's a bit of context on my education background in UTAR, and proud to say that I'm also continuing my Masters in a different university. So because of the course I wanted to enroll. So that's a bit about me right now. UTAR, to be honest, it's quite tough. No kid you not, and trust me, if you can get over UTAR and graduate, you will survive literally anywhere in your working environment. So that's how UTAR preps you. I studied in UTAR Kampa, so the scenery there is beautiful. I loved it there, and that is considered my second home, to be honest. And when I came back, I still do go back to UTAR whenever I want to because I still miss that. And in terms of friends, I do still keep in touch with my friends here because I felt like the friendship that you get in UTAR, it's irreplaceable. At the same time, it is such a good memory that I want to cherish for the rest of my life. I started in a startup company. I was the first employee in that company, literally, and I hired about 5 to 6 people in that company itself. Then wasn't so sure about the company, then I moved into this current company. It's called iPrice Group, and I'm actually started here as an HR specialist. Then I was here for about a few years, then I did a good job and I was promoted to a senior HR specialist. So about this company itself, it has about 30 nationalities, meaning that being a Malaysian, you're actually a minority in a Malaysian country itself, you know. I actually love here because of the culture here itself. So what do I do here, right? So I started with a HR specialist job. Being very general, you do general jobs, recruitment, a bit of presentations, a bit of new joiners. And when I started to grow a little bit more, gaining my trust with my managers, with my co-workers, with my C-levels, I started going to a higher topic of employer branding, into onboarding, refining the whole onboarding processes, handling up resignation, doing payroll. So this is something that I started picking up on my plate. And it's been really fun here because a startup of an e-commerce company, things are very fast. You have challenges you are excited about, you have challenges that you want to learn more about, and coming from a person that I want to learn a lot more, this is something that I really love to do. This is something that I enjoy doing, actually, to be honest. Difficulty, yeah, you do face a lot of difficulty. Personally, I struggle with time management when the first time I got a job. When I came to this company and I was like, oh my god, there's a lot of job. I always had this OCD, my inbox has to be 0. But every time I make it 0, there'll be this one inbox that comes in and it makes like, oh my god, I just have 1,000 and work one to do. So then I realized that time management is important. You can never get all your job done for the day, but you need to know how to prioritize which is important and which is not. Other than that, you go with is like stress. These are some of the challenges you're going to face, but how do you manage it, right? Another thing is conflicts. There's always going to be disagreements in your colleagues. There's going to be disagreement with your managers. There's going to be disagreement with your subordinates. I do have arguments with my colleagues, like respectful arguments. It was just about the topic. I'm frustrated with you with the topic. But the next thing you know, you go to, hey, where's lunch? So in that way, you're creating a healthy relationship with your colleagues because you know how to differentiate the work and personal relationship. So that is actually very important. So a bit on my context is that I'm doing my Masters. So I'm part-time studying, I'm a full-time employee, and I'm getting married this year. Yeah. So how do you juggle all 3 in 1, right? That's the challenge. You don't have a free time for yourself. Just let's be clear on that, okay? But you can always find a time that is good. Again, it comes back to the top, time management. If you master the art of time management, you can master anything that comes to you. I tried to always have this thing in myself that I want to go higher. I would never want to stop with where I am. That is something I do. Going back to 21, when I was 21, right? I started my degree when I was 21. When I started my degree, I already have a plan. I'm going to do my Masters. despite whether it's going to take me 5 years to graduate for a degree, I already know I'm still going to finish it with masters. So I had that plan initially. And for future plans, I think definitely everybody wants a 5-digit figure. Everybody wants a 5-digit figure. So that's my next aim actually. So that's what. Something I noticed with millennials is that you don't mind doing something, but when people give you a feedback, we go like, oh my god, I'm not going to do this anymore. I'm going to tender my resignation. I'm done with this company and those kind of things. The behavior of this, right? So it's how you accept feedback. With feedback is where you can grow, because without that, you're just going to be stagnant for what you're doing. And how you take the feedback, because there are going to be good and there are going to be some really bad and nasty ones. How are you going to take the bad and nasty ones? Are you going to take that as like, I need to improve this, I got to make myself better, so okay, I need to buckle it up. Take this as a room of improvement, and always set your goals, what you want to do in 5 years. Because when you have that goal that, okay, in 5 years I want to do this, in 5 years I want to earn a 10-figure, in 5 years I want to be a manager. When you set this kind of goals, you can actually overcome the challenges with that positive mindset, because you know that this is what I need to do to get myself there.